Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. You know what it is. It is another edition of Relationship Recap. I am your girl, Christal XO. And you guys know who I've got to bring in right now. I have got to bring in my co-host for Relationship Recap, Scorpio Mo, or as you should say, Pajama Mo.
What the fuck are these lights going? Yeah, what up, y'all? Yes, definitely the pajamas. I'm gonna get some new ones. I know I've been repeating.
Are you trying to set a mood over there?
No, it's a glare. I don't know if they can see it here. I'm trying to get rid of the glare. I thought it was gone, but apparently it's
not. It feels like somebody got some sexy lights on over there.
No, I promise you that's not the case. But well, I'm sorry, I know I've been running the same 4 or 5 pajamas. I'm about to get some new ones. I've just been busy.
It may be time for some Christmas, for some holiday PJs.
You never know.
Man, I saw some that I need to order because time is going to get short. I need to order some. Because I've never actually done that. I've never done the Christmas pajamas.
We
didn't do it, but I'm going to do it this year. Last year we did Christmas with family and friends, and we all had, the guys had Fat Albert sweatshirts and the ladies had Jackson 5 sweatshirts.
How was that? I was at your house.
Christmas. Did you get a Fat Albert sweatshirt?
No, I was at your house Christmas. We didn't do that.
Oh, well.
That might have been the year before.
Oh, maybe was it the year before?
I was at your house Christmas.
But you didn't have a sweatshirt?
No. Me and Adrian watched 3 games and we ate it.
Was that when Shay's dad was here?
Yes.
But that's weird because Shay's mom had a sweatshirt. I think
y'all left me out the clothing thing.
We won't leave you out this year. This year you may have your own holiday PJs. But Adrian and I have never done it. And the dogs. I saw this site where you can get matching PJs with your dog.
Now you're taking it too far.
Well, Sugar Pie wants a set, so we got to get her a set. But you know what? Before we get into holiday, we actually celebrated earlier tonight. Today is Black Entrepreneurs Day.
There you go, Black Entrepreneur Day.
Black Entrepreneur Day. I love it. I not to get too nostalgic, but it meant a lot to me to work that event with Damon John because I remember moving to Atlanta in 2005, and I thought that I would have to get a job. Like I was looking for a job because I come from a corporate background.
Right.
And I could not find a corporate job that would pay me what it made sense to do.
Okay.
Because I was looking for jobs in the city of Atlanta. At that time, I lived in Kennesaw. So the traffic, by the time you fight traffic for 1.5 hours to 2 hours, and you've got kids in school, it just wasn't going to make sense unless I either got a really big salary or work part-time. But I ended up going to work for a lady named Rhonda Baraka, who had her own PR agency.
Remember?
And she actually, her example inspired me. And 2 years later, she decided to close her company down and I started Enchanted PR. But I never, ever dreamed of being an entrepreneur until moving here to the city of Atlanta. So I know how special this city is. And I know how special the community of African Americans that are here,
right,
what they mean to the rest of the world. So it really meant a lot to me to be a part of tonight's celebration and to even see it happening because it had been celebrated in New York at the Apollo Theater, but to have it at the Fox on Peachtree, it was a great moment.
Shout out to all the entrepreneurs that were there.
Yeah, and aspiring entrepreneurs, because I think people don't understand. Like, to me, if you have a full-time job, but you do something on the side,
right,
you're an entrepreneur. Anytime you are doing something for yourself, whether that is a YouTube channel or it is, making, my cousin makes socks, these cute little socks for little kids, like anything you do.
If you're selling plates at the job.
You're selling plates. If you're selling other things.
Whoa.
As long as it, I didn't mean it like that. It came out wrong.
Whoa.
It is after dark and we did have a long day, but I didn't mean it like that. If you strike that, I strike that from the record. I'm sorry, y'all.
Tell another. Anyway,
move along. We'll move along off.
It's still shout out to all the entrepreneurs out there, male, females, the salon owners, the wig makers,
Yes.
all the people, beautiful people. Atlanta is definitely an inspiring place. A lot of Black metropolitan cities, but Atlanta especially, there was a huge explosion in the 90s, and I think it inspired a whole culture of people from all over, and it continues to this day. So yeah, that was a great event.
I agree. It is inspirational, but regardless of where you are, you can create your own movement. I think this today to me was special also because I think there are a lot of people that are afraid of what the future holds, right? But we know that number one, God holds our future. And then number two, you have the ability. I don't believe we should ever be victims. I believe we should always look positively towards the future and know that you have the ability to change your circumstances. And so that's what Black Entrepreneurs Day meant to me. It really is an opportunity to change your circumstances and change it for your family and your legacy. So without being too preachy, I just wanted to share that and then just plant a seed. If there's somebody out there that's been considering it, doing something on their own, don't wait. Do it scared, do it unsure, do it feeling not so confident, and trust me, it will come with time. But you got people here, we're here cheering you on. The XO family is here cheering you on for 2025. Let's do some stuff and let's share. You guys let us know what you have going on and how we can support. You know what? That's the thing. If you have a business, and we can do that maybe one day a week starting in the new year to shout out someone's business that's a member of the XO family.
You know what? That's a super dope idea. I like that.
Let's do that. So we will do that. But that's not what we're here for tonight. You guys know why we're here, why we're up late. As always, on a Friday night, Mo and I are tired.
Man.
But we are here because tonight we are going to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I have to talk about Love Married at First Sight. And then I want to do a quick recap, just really quickly. In fact, we can do that first to get it out the way. There was a conversation from Love is Blind, Tyler, with Laterris Whitfield. And shout out to Laterris Whitfield from Dear Future Wifey.
Yeah.
He did a really good interview with Tyler. I don't know how many people got a chance to see it. But I want to definitely shout him out because I think that out of all the things that we've seen, we know Tyler hasn't been doing a lot of interviews. I've seen a few that Ashley did, but I watched that one in its entirety. And I think Laterris did a great job of questioning him and holding him accountable and asking the hard questions. Did you get a chance to see the whole interview?
No, I saw clips. I never saw the whole thing. So, I mean, I don't want to jump in there and say too, because I don't know the setup question before then or what happened afterwards. But what I did see on the clips on Instagram was interesting.
It was very interesting. But I know there were a lot of people that were upset with Tyler. And it feels like, I could be wrong, and you can let me know if I'm wrong, but it feels like women on social media are not even open to listen, right? I think there's been so much pain given both ways that if any little inkling, of something not being perfect, people are like, throw out the baby with the bathwater.
No, absolutely. It feels like that just on a subject that they don't even like. You don't, because it's already, it's you don't like the subject, so you're not even, as I say, your ears are not even programmed to try to understand. You're not even gonna put it on that frequency. And what I've always heard, when somebody's committed to misunderstanding, you don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time. Let them do what they do. But do you think there's any difference when the person goes on reality TV? Because if you go on reality TV, then you are pretty much opening yourself up, right? You're opening yourself up for people to be in your business, No,
1,000,000%. And if that's the case, don't ask questions. But if you do ask a question, then allow them to answer. you know, you can be entitled to your opinion and have your opinion, but once you a question, then, you know what I'm saying, allow me to answer.
Allow me to answer. Well, Tyler did answer. I was trying to see if I had a clip here of Tyler's answer. But what he said, basically, I'm trying to see if I have the clip. It doesn't look like I have it, but what?
Is this a situation with the kids?
It is, because that's what people were upset about. He was perfect the entire time. The problem came when he revealed that he had been a sperm donor for a friend that was a lesbian and wanted to have a child.
Right.
And it was interesting because, first of all, I didn't even know that was a normal thing. Like, I mean, that was something that people were doing. Like, you see it on television, but I don't know anybody that has done that. And I didn't know that was, but it makes sense.
I do have a question though, because now that you're saying that, and I'm envisioning some things. So, did he have one with the lady or the? Because nowadays I just saw 2 situations where the person I thought wasn't supposed to carry was carrying.
We know you're talking about Brat.
So, in his situation, who took the stuff?
Well, it was.
I'm just curious if we know.
I just wasn't prepared for you to say who took the stuff.
Well, but I just want to know.
Well, this is the thing. He had a friendship with one of the ladies. That was a very strange relationship.
Friendship, okay, friendship.
He was friends with one. So you and I are friends. What if I was a lesbian? Could not be ever. But what if I was a lesbian? And I said, hey, Mo, I want to have a baby. My wife and I want to have a baby. But we obviously are missing a vital part. Would you be willing to give us some stuff so that we could have a baby? Now, what he said, hold on, before you answer that, I did not know this. I kind of want to fact check it. Probably shouldn't share this without fact checking, but we're just talking with just the EXO family. That's it. But he said that when you go to the sperm bank, or the bank of stuff, as you would say, if I said, okay, I want a person that is Black, right? That's all these things are like variables. And I want him to be tall, or I want him to be intelligent. I want him to have this IQ or be athletic. For every variable, he said it costs more. I did not know that. I do know, with horses, not that this is information anyone needs, but I'm just saying, if there could be someone out there that's in horse breeding. If you have a horse who has a very, if he's like a champion horse and you get some stuff from him, it's more expensive than just the regular horse that's chilling out in the pasture. So if you got some stuff from a horse that won the Kentucky Derby, that could be $1 million stuff.
So you mean to tell me I've been giving free stuff away and I gotta be getting paid for my stuff? I got champion stuff. That's what they tell me.
I can't.
That is wild. Anyway, good. I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all. It's Friday, y'all. Forget me.
Be that as it may, yeah. So what he said is that the friend, if I said, hey, Mo, I want a guy, I want to, get stuff from a person that's around your height, around your skin tone. Would you give me your stuff?
Not you, no. What? Somebody probably. I wouldn't give you no.
Well,
stuff.
no. You put it in a vial.
Stuff, Christal. Sorry.
Why?
Because number one, I see you. I want to give stuff to someone I'm never going to see again.
Okay. I'm not going to be offended, because that's what Latera said. Latera was like, is it weird, or don't people prefer not to know the person?
I would prefer not to. Then you walking around going to Chick-fil-A and you bump into your stuff.
was his friend. It's like they were like best friends.
I'm gonna put to my friend and my stuff. No. Well, cross country, I don't want to know.
Okay, so you would not have given the stuff. What if I said, hey, Mo, this is going to cost me a lot and I can't afford it, but we really want to have a child?
Then one of us got to move, man. I don't want to do it.
Well, but this is where things get kind of tricky, though.
Okay.
This is where the tricky part comes in. So the friend, he gave the friend the stuff.
All right.
The transaction happened.
Okay.
Then the friend, so they had the first baby.
Okay.
And then the friend and her wife
partner, right,
broke up, and the wife left.
Now, is he responsible for the stuff?
Well, he and the girl and the friend decided that he would help her. He would help her with the child.
Bad move.
And they had another baby.
And I'm sorry for referring to, at this point, it's an actual child. So I'm sorry to refer to actual.
No. We were not to the child part yet. No. Now it's a child. Before it was the stuff.
I'm stopping at that part when I'm saying it. But let's say this: he just did something that's probably precedent, and people know what to do moving forward. To do a contract, to not be, because I'm pretty sure that might have happened before, or that's a different type of situation. No.
So this is what I think. So what happened is, okay, so then now the girl is by herself, and now she has 3 kids. Crazy, like who? I don't know who does, but anyway.
Up to the real world. This really happens with men.
But then he and the friend. Obviously there was, because he told the friend that she knew he was going on the show. So obviously, because I was like, well, maybe the friend kind of likes him, because that is I don't think I would want my friend's stuff.
But maybe she did it the second time so the kids have the same.
I think that was the situation. But then when he went on the show, I think they saw dollar signs, because then, okay, he said that his page was private because there are pictures of him and the children, but he wasn't prepared to share that with the world. Now, Lateris did ask him, there is a photo of Tyler with the children with the shirt that says dad. So,
you know what? That's the clip I saw.
Yeah. So at that point, this is what I feel like. I feel like the truth is somewhere in between. I do think the woman put 10 on the 2, because I don't think he really was, involved like that. But I do think that he and the woman, when they were just because they were living together, right? And because I guess one of them was, I don't know, I guess she was needing some help. I think they kind of felt like they were playing house. Because he said, this is the weird thing, though. Let me ask you this. He said that he was 26. He didn't have any children. He wanted to be married by that time, and he wanted to have a family of his own. He was like, since it was never going to happen for me, I just decided to help someone else, because and I'm like, what even not even attractive male thinks that their life is over at 26 if they can't be with, I guess he had broken up with someone or something had happened. But he sounded like he was hopeless for a wife and family at 26.
Well, he's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken. And they have him kind of young out there. Like every woman I know in their 20s got at least 2. Everyone.
Well, he said that all his friends had children already.
They did.
And he felt like it wasn't going to happen for him. And I do want to say, I do think that a lot of young people feel a lot of pressure that our generation probably did not feel, because just social media and comparing themselves in their lives. But hearing him, and he's an attractive guy, say he felt hopeless to have a family of his own at 26. Men's stuff works when they're almost dead. Like, you probably could get a corpse of a man and the stuff would probably still work.
Yeah, that's a whole nother subject. We don't want to get into
I'm just saying, men have Al Pacino became a dad like what, 2 years ago?
Robert De Niro as well. Here's
Tyler, you had a lot of time.
It's a lot of different scenarios that come to mind when I hear that. Possibly guilted into it, possibly like the play the house situation. But then at that point, you can't be jumping in and out of people's lives. I'm playing this and then that, then do my own. Once you are you playing Uncle Daddy? Like, you see what I'm saying?
He was because now he said that he wasn't around like that. But then you have a shirt that says Dad. And I don't know if she bought the shirt, but he said that the video of the friend of his trying to get the child to be like, who's that? And they really didn't know. Yes. Now that happens all the time because you see on paternity court.
That's dirty though. But
the women will be like, that is his daddy. Who is that? That's dad. And it don't be the daddy. It don't be the daddy.
Yeah, this we know he is, but the kids are not. That's dirty work. Woo.
But then I think when you add television to it, I think the problem, to me, the huge mistake in this situation is when he told her he was going on Love is Blind, they should have had a conversation about if he was going to reveal, because I feel like she kind of got jealous because he was on TV and he was getting all this attention. It's like, well, he has these children. And it's like, but you knew he was going on TV and you knew that wasn't your man.
My kids.
And that's what happened. That's what happened. I think she started feeling some kind of way because then she started, talking about him in the media. And why would she be talking to media? So this is a lesson. The lesson here, maybe you need to get a contract with your stuff, but most importantly is if you are dealing with someone that has the propensity to go on reality TV or to be, to share stuff on their platform, you need to know what the boundaries are and then make sure that you can enforce them, because it might not have been to where she wanted to share that. I don't know. I mean, and he should have had a plan before he shared it, because he said he didn't want to share on camera, but he told Ashley, but then she was upset about it and they had to address it. I don't know.
Yeah, but that could be a testament of his feelings for her.
Yeah, but I think he should have. If you're going on a show where the purpose is to get to know people and potentially fall in love, right, unless you're just full of it, right, you should know this is my boundary. This is what this is my reality. And because anytime you meet someone, that's one of the first questions they're going to ask. Do you have children? Do you want to have children? It's going to come out.
The fact that anybody will say there's got to be something that comes enters your mind about your situation. And right, basically almost every time you hear children.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly. If you have 3 little kids, man, and then they were talking about having children together and all this stuff. So I mean, he should have worked that out prior. That's the biggest problem, because she knew he was going on the show, but they obviously didn't talk about what they were willing to disclose and what they weren't, and what does that look like. And also, anyone that is dealing with someone that goes on reality TV, that person has the ability to make your private life very public.
Yeah.
What if one of your exes went on a reality show and then all of a sudden she starts talking about you, sharing tidbits from your past?
I know, right?
Right.
He likes people to do the gooch and all that stuff, like all kind of stuff. They're telling me. That's why I say it first.
I stand by the gooch.
I just feel like I believe with you. There's a piece missing. Something is missing, and
I feel like it happened during the play in the house, because I don't know, because I don't play for that team, but I would assume a lot of women, because this is the thing, the friend's significant other already had a child.
Didn't know that.
So see, she might have been. A lot of lesbians were with men earlier.
Did they adopt?
No. They
just did it.
She had the child. Oh no, she had the child. But I don't know if it was with if it was by if it was the stuff was inserted or the stuff was.
talking about the one that she left that he had fathered the kids by. Were those two women together? Were they married?
Not well. No, I don't. So his friend got with a woman that already had a child.
And when they got together, did they get married? When they had his child?
Not married. Oh, well, yeah, when they got married, but that child was not with the friend. It was
no. I'm talking about the outside. I'm talking about the one that they had together from his stuff.
They were married.
And see, that's the thing. So why isn't she held? Was she held to the same standard as a man would be if he left?
That's a good point, because if we get married, if anyone that gets married and you have a child together and the intent is to have that child together and then you leave, then I should be able to file child support.
And this is what, some people were fighting, because I told you there's some states where this is the crazy game, and it's like we want equality only for the good stuff.
Here we go.
It's true. Like if that's the case, I don't know if this is
right. Well, we do know that, because he said she left, and she left her along with the children. Well, the child, but then she went and had two more. So I don't know. But in any case, Ashley and Tyler are together and happy, and we need to leave it alone. People need to move on. Love is Blind is about to come out with a whole new series. So I just wanted to touch that, because I know we had talked about that, and a lot of people in the chat were really mad at Tyler. But I think that being 26 is a whole thing. Your frontal lobe has just closed, and the decision that he made then he might not make when he was a little bit, because he said his mother told him not to do it.
Hey, mama knows best.
And he was like, but of course at 26 you don't listen to what your mom said
about women.
I know I didn't listen to what my mom said about men. Yeah. I don't know no dude listening to their mom, what their mom says about. My son is not listening to me.
Yeah.
I wish he's not.
Usually to women, men run to it. Like when they be like, don't be messing with that. She fast. Don't mess with. Yeah, actually pushing him over there.
I'm saying if she got a nice body and he's going anywhere, he's not paying any attention. The curves are calling, and he's not listening to the mom. Now that's not what was calling in this situation, but it sounds like he was sad and depressed, and he made a bad decision, because he said, I didn't think it was over for me. I didn't think I was ever going to have a family. So, dude, at 26?
I think he's from there. It's like that. I'm saying, I don't know the mindset of they feel like that, but I just know very young people in their early. I don't know any woman up there that has one kid. They all got two or more.
Wow. Well, we're going to close the book on Love is Blind. Good luck to Tyler and Ashley. And of course, what's the other couple that I don't even remember? We've moved on already.
Okay, my bad.
I can't think of the name. I can't think of their name. The other couple, Taylor and what was his name? Taylor. I don't remember the guy's name. Now it's going to bother me, so let me look it up.
Oh Lord.
I can't remember this guy's name. Taylor from Love is Blind. It was the perfect couple.
Yeah, they were good. They moved because they were moving back to DC, correct?
They were moving back to DC instead of
San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego. Where is Garrett? Whew, I was like, I can't think of his name. Garrett. It's been a long day, y'all. Please don't hold me to. Please give me some slack. It's just, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. All right. Transitioning over. Before we get into Love and Marriage Huntsville, I have to talk about Married at First Sight. This is going to be a quick segment, so rock with me, people. All right. And I'm only talking about one couple because I'm irritated. I wrote an article about it today, and I'm irritated. So we have to do a little bit of conversation about David and Michelle.
Right.
David and Michelle. Okay. First of all, I'm going to say this because we can do it, because this channel belongs to me, so I can say what I want.
Right.
Anytime a Puerto Rican man says that his preference is a blonde hair, blue-eyed woman, and no one in his family looks like that,
Okay.
I am assuming there's going to be some trouble.
I would say so.
And that's what happened. So David, because there are some Hispanic people who don't look as ethnic, right? But
Cameron did.
See, I didn't even know she was Puerto Rican.
No, she's Mexican. She's one of the two. It's a few of them. They got a whole thing on you. People you would never think, and they pass. But good.
They pass. Well, he can't pass. In fact, I would think he was a black man. Like he's super urban.
Gotcha.
In appearance.
Gotcha.
Look at him again.
Yeah, he is.
That just looks like a black man, right?
Yeah, or that half black, half Samoan.
Yeah, so it's like something like that. Something swirly, something that way, right?
Yes.
So, but he requested, and there's no, I don't have a problem with the preference, but what I'm saying is the reason I said there's always going to be an issue is because the blonde hair and blue eyes sometimes comes from a different culture. The Hispanic culture, very different than non-Hispanic culture, right? So my thing is, I feel like David, because if you see his family, his mother, they're all very close, and we know that that's a trait for the Hispanic cultures, right? Very, very close. Do not want their children to leave. Kind of like Nikki D on Love Is Blind, how Italian family, mother and dad wanted the son to stay there until he got married. Same thing here. Same exact thing. David lives with his mom and dad in the basement.
That's where they migrate to when they get 21.
They go down to the basement so they can have a little bit of privacy, bring some girls over. But his family is very tight knit. It seems like he's one of the only boys in the family. So sisters, mom, cousins, everybody is just loving on David, right? David is down there enjoying the food, the washing of the clothes, and not paying bills. Now, I don't know why men assume that you can live that lifestyle and get married, but David didn't think it'd be a problem. Now, Michelle, very different. She is, very, and you know what? I think that Black women we don't own the independent woman thing because a lot of women today have that same, mantra, right? So she comes off as very, very independent, very self-sufficient. And I also don't necessarily think that her preference was David. David spends a lot of time in the gym. He actually said that he used to do like bodybuilding competitions. And I don't think he is a lot. He's a lot at first glance because again, the ponytail on the side is a little bit of an odd choice.
Yes, it is.
He kind of puts it over the top right here. I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't. I can't keep it. And I thought maybe I was like, well, maybe that was like one day. But every time he comes in this, like, it's literally like that. It's weird. It's very weird. But I don't think she likes it at all. But at the point, so they see each other.
Right.
He's happy. I mean, he has this big smile on his face. She looks concerned. Right? Like she was looking for maybe Brad Pitt. And instead, Jason Momoa showed up, And then when they go back, because there's a little point where the couples, they walk out the ceremony together after they said their I do's. Okay. And they spend a little time together chatting, and then they go into the reception. Okay. While they're chatting, just as soon as they said I do, she asked him where he lives. And he admits that he lives with his mom and dad. At this point, Michelle checks out. She is just like, oh, so when she goes in there with her family, she tells her girlfriends, her bride tribe, he lives at home. I don't think I can do this. She starts crying. Now, you tell me, and you guys let me know what you think. I don't think she was crying only because of him living with his mom. And dad. I think that she was not expecting to see this big hulk of a Puerto Rican at the end of the aisle. And it's not what she was anticipating, and she's thrown off. It's a big difference with the family going into a Hispanic family. I mean, he's a really, I mean, that's ethnic. I don't think Michelle was. They are from Chicago.
Now, Chicago is very segregated. Anybody that knows about Chicago, right? So that's interesting enough. Okay, so by speaking, did they speak? Because I'm unfamiliar with the show. Do they speak like on the other show?
Well, no, they just meet each other at the end of the aisle. And that's the first time you see the person.
That's the first time you talk to them too?
First time you talk to them or see them, anything. You allow the experts to pick, almost like an arranged marriage.
Interesting.
So okay, so at before the reception, she asked him, he tells her, she starts crying, she freaks out, she doesn't want to go back out to the reception. Her friends convince her. Now, I think her friends are attracted to David because they're just like, oh, they're kind of giggling and looking at him and stuff.
The house thing. I mean, because she feels like she might have to take care of him and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So she asked him about it, and he says that it was just for convenience, and he's single, he didn't have anywhere to go, but he's gonna get his own place. They leave the reception. She's kind of standoffish through the reception. They go to the honeymoon night. Now, most of these couples do not sleep together on the wedding night. There are a real small percentage that do, but most of them do not. So they were standoffish, but that's normal because it's a stranger you're sleeping with, even though you're supposed to be married to them. So, but when they get back to the room, before they go to sleep, she brings up him living at home again.
There it is. That's it.
He tries to convince her that, again, it's not something that he meant to be long-term. It was temporary until he got ready to move to the next part of his life. She says, okay, but you could tell she's not cool with it. They get to the honeymoon. Now things start to get ugly. He's trying. He's excited because, again, this is what he wanted. This is the girl that he asked for.
And he do.
He's excited. She is standoffish. Don't touch me. Da, da, da. She brings up the living situation again. And she says that is a turnoff. And she doesn't, see how anyone would assume that living with their parents would make them ready for marriage. Like, she's really kind of a little bit rude about it at this point.
Okay. He
doesn't get angry. He has the patience of Job.
Of course he does. What else he got to lose?
Keeps on. So then, hold on. So then he answers again. So then they're supposed to be doing honeymoon things, right? So he's trying, like, do you want to go to the pool? Do you want to go to the beach? She's like, I just need a minute. I just need a break. And he's like, okay. And she's like, I just need some moment, some time to myself. This is a lot, and he says, okay, well, I'm going to go to the pool. If you want to come later, just call me. She says, okay. And she's like, good riddance. He leaves. And then I guess he texts her and she doesn't answer the phone. And then he calls her. She gets furious. She's like, he keeps calling and texting me. It's too much. Da, 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 da. And she's going off. So then the next day, she makes him sleep on the couch. The next day, she tells him that when she says she needs space, it means for the whole day. And and that him texting and calling her just made her angrier and angrier and angrier. She says, she basically is like, if I say I need some space, leave me alone. Like, you're smothering me. And he's like, so at this point, he starts seeing like, yo, she's really not feeling me. So he's like, if you need me to give you some space, I will give you your MF in space, right? And he says it, but he doesn't do it. So he goes away, and then he comes back, and she's just like, so he stays out. That night, he stays out. He does not go back to the room. And he like tries a frappuccino for the first cappuccino or something. I don't know. He's out trying to figure out what to do. Now, all the other couples, there are 5 couples total. The other 4 couples are enjoying their honeymoon. So when they see the other couples, everybody else is all booed up and happy. He wants to be like them. She wants off the island. So the last straw is they're on a boat. They all get together for a group date. Mm-hmm. And he tries to talk to her, and she says, I don't want to talk about anything heavy right now. And she's like, I just want to have a good time. So he goes away from her, leaves her alone. Last conversation, he asked her, is she attracted to him? She said that there's nothing attractive about the situation. So I think he got the point and he kind of backed off. Now, the interesting thing is at that point, a producer comes over to talk to her after they have gone their separate ways. And she tells the producer that he's a really nice guy and he doesn't deserve to be treated like this, but she just can't do this. It's just a lot for her. She starts crying in a confessional and says that she likes control. When she's not in control, she wants to leave, and she really wants to leave right now. It is another toxic situation on Married at First Sight. I don't understand why people come on this show if they are not really ready to be married at first sight. You have to consider that you may not be attracted to the person. You have to consider that the person may be not the same ethnicity as you. You have to consider that they could be at a different place financially. Like, you can't, and then if they're not, you can't just be like, I don't want to do the experiment anymore. I want out.
Life, because you could be attracted in all those things, or you can get to that level and a person has these things that you want, let's say that, and lose it all. So what does that say? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even the look thing, there's people who have accidents
but maybe you will, Mo.
Yeah.
You are someone that has always said you don't want to start out in a certain place. If it grows to that.
Yeah, I mean, attraction, there's levels to it, but I at least have to be attracted. I
don't think she's attracted to him.
Yeah. I mean, he seems to, her friends like him. Usually women's friends, they kind of all have similar tastes. That's why they're friends, right?
I mean, no, not really.
A lot of times, right?
Sometimes, but not, I mean, me and my friends have different tastes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, not all people, but.
And I don't know, like when it comes to like interracial stuff, that can be kind of tricky sometimes.
No, a lot of times, especially if you're in somewhere like Chicago.
Right, because Chicago is a very diverse city. But I think that you got to think about the cultural difference. And I'm not just talking about race.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the culture. So in a Hispanic culture, it's a more close-knit family and a different type of, maturation process when it comes to children. A lot of families, Indian cultures that way, where, you are with your parents, you take care of your parents, you stay like, until you get married. I think that there are a lot of differences with the cultural upbringing.
That can go both ways now. I done seen it in the Mexican culture where they don't want, they're trying to keep the bloodline and the look consistent or whatever the case
Absolutely.
May be. So
Absolutely.
Both ways, but the fact that she might be like that and he's not, I think it's more of a broke thing.
It could be, but it just seems strange that she's freaking out over that. And then when she said that she wasn't attracted to him, because at least if she was physically attracted to him, I think she could have said that. But she was just like,
it could have dissed her right when she said, well, we're not going to talk about nothing. I don't want to talk about nothing heavy. Well, look, we ain't going to discuss your weight. I want to talk to you about me. That's what I want to say.
But she's not a heavy girl.
No, she's not. But I know women don't like that. I've seen women who aren't.
Yeah.
Like, do I look big in these jeans? And sometimes I'm an asshole and I'll be like, yeah, just because I'm just like, you don't.
Well, I give it to him. To me, David is a very nice guy. I do understand, because I would be freaked out if I married someone that lived at home. Because, sir, where are we going after this? Like, what? But I also would not treat a person like she's treating him. And that's what I think. I think if you don't want to sleep with him, fine. If you don't want to kiss, but you can't even be nice and have conversation, that's weird to me.
That is, because you definitely don't have to be mean. And who's to say he doesn't have the money to do it? I've known situations.
He said he does. Now, I don't know if he's telling the truth. He's a social worker. That sounds a little bit like Ramsey's.
Oh, Lord.
Ramsey's was a social worker, and it was an issue with money because remember, girls, the young lady's mother was like, Marissa's mom kept saying that Ramsey was going to try to use her for her money. I do think that's how Michelle feels, like or that he doesn't earn enough to be with her, right?
That part.
Maybe she's like Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray said, I don't want to stress you out. She said, it's not for me, it's for you. If my lifestyle, you can't afford my lifestyle, I don't want to stress you out. She is a benevolent, kind woman.
Hey man, Lisa Ray. Shout out to Lisa Ray and Nicole Murphy. But in any case, yes.
Oh, that was wild, right?
Yes, that
Nicole Murphy just around here sleeping with people's men.
She was a sniper, boy.
Just out here. And that's why when she did it to Lela Rashawn, I'm glad that Lisa Ray spoke up. Enough of you, lady. You take your 6 foot tall, in shape self and go somewhere. Get on. Man.
Blame me, blame your man.
If she's doing it more than if she's known for it, we're gonna blame her. And really, we're gonna blame Eddie Murphy for bringing this Amazon into our community. We didn't need her in this. Like, you should have left her where she was, sir.
The mama saw it.
She did. They always do. They always do. But I applaud Lisa Ray for telling the truth. Somebody had to stand up.
But what would I see in that? Like, what does that look like?
What do you mean?
If the mama saw it at the wedding thing, she'd be like, you need to watch that one. What does that look like? You understand? What is great mama?
I think that means that the mama, just like women know women and men know men. And I think when you could tell a person is full of it, and men can't see beyond the beauty.
But a lot of times this looks like you'll get anytime a woman has said to me, you look like trouble. That's AKA you look like you get women. That's all that means.
He looks like he's not. He's for the streets.
So that's to us. When you say that, that just means you.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I mean, but it can.
If she looks pretty,
women are different. You could be a pretty woman, but not look skanky.
Okay.
I can tell in a person a twinkle in the eye. If the eye is twinkling at other random men, you have to watch that. You can tell. It ain't about just being attractive. Because I think there are a lot of attractive women that don't come off like, I ain't gonna leave her around my man.
But if you haven't seen her in action and known her at that point to do anything, what will make a mama say that? Other than, look,
I'm telling you, it's the twinkle in the eye. And the fact you could tell the energy. You know what? There is a such thing as 304 energy.
I know that, but that's
you can't I can see it. I have a friend that has it. It's on her.
You definitely do. What's the name? What's the name that came and told us the story?
Who?
The other day, Wednesday show.
Edna?
You saw pictures of Edna. Edna, you got that twinkle in your eye. How else would
leave Miss Edna alone? You leave Miss Edna alone. Miss Edna has no twinkle.
You 5'10". You was killing them out there. I know.
She was killing them. And I'll tell you what, that Nicole Murphy almost, because Adrian used to have a crush on her, and he got her number when he was in Chicago in LA working. She almost got he wasn't mine then, but well, she probably would have thrown him back. But just saying, I don't like her either. I'm with you, Lisa Ray. Anyway, back to David and Michelle.
I need to get off on it.
I don't like her either because Adrian has a crush on her. Yeah, David and Michelle. I think it's the cultural difference that she's not going to be okay with.
Okay.
Because he keeps telling her that he has the money to move out. She says she doesn't like the fact that he was okay with his mom doing things for him, and that sounds like Hannah and Nikki D.
That's exactly what it sounds like. So I get that part of it.
No, I get it too. I mean, no woman, like, women are looking for protectors and providers. Providers don't live with their mom.
Ain't nothing sexy and fly about that, fellas.
No, but I do think that when you come on this show, you could carry yourself with a certain decorum. Like, again, you don't have to sleep in the bed with them. You don't have to kiss, but she could have at least been open to listen to what he had to say. And she doesn't want to, she seems like she's allergic to him.
Would you think she'd be like, what's the name? And after she sees the show,
I think she will. This happens on this show every season. Well, every other season at least. Somebody sees their behavior, and then they say, "That's not really who I am. The editors got it all wrong." Nah, girl, that's you.
Right.
That's you.
I think we're behavior if we saw ourselves sometimes.
That's probably true. But you know what? Can I say something?
Yes.
I have learned about myself, and I want you to tell me if you've experienced this. I recently just learned this because you know how we can be a lot like our parents or people that we grew up with. Absolutely. And not want, like, you may not like something that your parent does, but you find yourself doing that same thing.
Right.
So my mom has this way of being shady. And my mom has never cursed. I've never heard my mom say one curse word, right? But my mom is shady as heck. And she's shady, and she will pick you apart like that. And it bothered me growing up, right? And I think as my mom is now here and I'm around her every day again for the first time since I've been an adult, I think I might have been like that.
Might have? What? Glad you're seeing this now. Good. Might have.
So are you saying I am shady?
You're not shady, but you have a
Is it a self-righteous way of making others feel bad?
No, I don't think it's purpose. Well, first of all, I don't think it's on purpose, but
I don't think she does it on purpose either.
But I think you have a sly demeanor.
Well, that part, she's not sly. Jacqueline is a Capricorn. She is in your face with it.
Yeah, no, I think you can get pushed to it, but I just think you're. Yeah.
I think mom is shady, y'all. And the older she gets, the shadier she gets.
I mean, we get comfortable and just like, who gonna check us at this age?
Who's gonna check you? I mean, I think that I probably, because I remember when I was in college, I would say something and I wouldn't think there's anything wrong with it. My girlfriends would be like, Christal, you understand that?
Because what you said, or because it was you?
No, because of what I said, they would act like it was shady.
Okay.
It was like one of my friends that we have in common, but he says I do this thing that's like gracious shade.
Yes, you do.
And that's what my mom does.
You do.
And I just realized I was doing it too. So my point is that sometimes you can be doing something that you don't know. No. And maybe because if I saw myself on TV, I probably would have been mad at myself. Like, girl, why you shading them? But I don't be trying to do it.
I think it's healthy for us to see ourselves like that.
Yeah. So Michelle has a heaping helping of healthiness coming up. Because, girl, this is ugly. My mom used to always say, pretty is as pretty does. And this is not pretty, Michelle. It's ugly. Because you know what? If that's his choice to stay with his parents, that's fine. And I don't think, if you don't want to stay with them after this, you don't have to. But you don't have to treat a person hateful. Right? There's a way to do it. And I think you have to have that in your head before you go on a show like this. You have to know, okay, what will my response be if I don't like this person? Like if I went on Married at First Sight, I'm like, okay, Christal, what if he is the opposite of what you like physically and the opposite of what you like financially, emotionally, just then. And I've dated people like that and I quit dating them. But I wouldn't ever be mean.
In your mind, you might have think of every scenario possible, but here comes one you didn't expect.
That could be. And I will also say this. What I do know, and we talked about this before, like if there's somebody that likes you and you don't like them and you have to be around them, their touch kind of freaks. It gives you the ick.
Man.
Their breathing gives you the ick.
Man.
It does. So I guess what I would say, like, I can get out of the situation. Like I've been on a date with someone I'm not really into. I could leave, but I don't know how I would react if I couldn't go nowhere. Like
touching your knee, man. Listen,
oh, but I know I wouldn't be rude the way
right.
she is. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like, and again, because you signed up for it, he didn't go find you and drag you. You signed up for it. So Michelle is showing her whole behind, and I don't like it.
It's a character thing, but you're right.
Yeah, it is definitely a character thing. And I think a lot of times we're spoiled and don't realize it, or we want what we want and don't have a lot of, empathy for someone else. And I also think that a lot of times women don't realize men have feelings. But she does know because she told the producer, he's a nice guy. He doesn't deserve this. So that lets me know that you're choosing to do that. You're choosing to do it.
And there you have it.
So I hope that she leaves. This is what I hope. I hope that when they get back from the honeymoon, because last season was Denver, and Denver was the most horrible season ever. It was all Caucasians, and they all hated each other. They did not like each other from the jump. They didn't move in. Most of them didn't move in together. I think none of the couples but one moved in together. So I think that this show needs to put some barriers in place to where if you don't move in with the person or you're not, then you get penalized, because people are joining the show not really serious about the process.
I think you'd be penalized for not having sex. How are you going to have what you want on honeymoon? That don't make sense.
Yes, it does. If you're a stranger, I am not.
Hey, don't come. I'm marrying you. Shoot.
Yeah, they do. They marry. It's a whole married license and everything.
Oh nah, we got the man. Listen.
Oh, you can't. You can't just do that.
A lot of people do.
A lot of people do. Well, let us know. That's the question for tonight. Let us know. Would you be open to getting married at first sight? And if you say yes, then answer the second question. Would you also be willing to consummate the marriage?
So yeah, that's a great question.
Would you get married at first sight?
No,
I wouldn't either. I know me.
Play a dirty game on me. I already know.
I wish that I could. I wish I could have a dream where I could be your matchmaker.
I bet you do.
Because I have often said, I've seen you so many memes of the type of woman that I wish that I could match you up with. I would have her down at the end of the aisle. Oh, that would make me so happy. Yeah. Oh, just good fun. And I'm sure you would have a surprise for me as well.
Oh, would I?
All right, let's move into.
We know what y'all want. We know. Here
that's what we're here for.
Here we go.
That's it right here. Now, I want to point out, let's look at this picture again. Yeah. I think that picture is very telling, even if it's all in color, because that particular picture, we see that color is only around one person. And even if you take the color out of it, she is dead smack in the middle. Like, this is what it's. I'm what you're here for.
If you're an executive.
Yeah, exactly. Right. As you should. I love it. As you should. This is the thing. I want to say this, and I think I said this last week, but I want to applaud Melody for keeping it cute, keeping it Southern Belle-like, keeping it classy on her trip. Can we give a hand clap for Mel?
So we got to give her that. That's a real thing. Even
and
cracked a little bit. She gathers herself.
Mm-hmm. She gathers herself. And it's crazy that she only cracked a little bit, at least from what we saw, with the conversation with Stormy. Yeah. Because of Stormy telling her that she should stand up and tell the mellometers and the mellometers no if they do something, harmful to the other. And she said, I ain't got to say shit.
And that was just everything. Like, everybody's coming together in harmony. And then she can't hold it. I just got to say something, because this is just like, oh man, you can't.
I think they're prompted to do that. But it's funny because I thought she would have gotten more irritated at Trish at Tisha bringing up the fact that Trish had went to have a hookup with Martell. That was crazy.
That just lets you know you talking about Melanie, right?
Yeah.
But that just lets me know she really is over it. I mean,
that's true.
She's just like, you know what? Because I said that the last show. I was like, yeah, y'all might think she's still her. She's past that.
Yeah, she's been past that. I think she gets irritated at the fact that people keep trying to say something about it. But she definitely is over. That's a good point. That's why she wasn't irritated. She was like, everybody know he's a hoe.
Right. She said, right.
So the ladies wrap up the trip. They have this kumbaya prayer moment wearing white.
For the most part.
From the ladies trip, before we get to the guys and them going back to Huntsville, who do you think was a problem and who do you think was a who do you think brought a problem and who you think actually really wanted to have a great trip?
I would say this, and I'm gonna give Sunny her props.
Wow.
Because she kind of apologized, and maybe it was a slick apology, like one of those apologies. I'm sorry you feel that, one of those type joints.
Yeah.
But she's not the one that keeps bringing it up.
Of course not, because she got the man.
The woman said, she said, well, I left him. Once you left him, that's it.
Why? But if it's your friend, okay. What if C-Dub hollered at a girl that you had just broken things off with? And I won't say C-Dub because y'all have been friends for a long, long, long time.
Right.
What if one of the guys that you work with, because that's what it was, a working relationship that became friendly.
Right.
And he knew you had just broken up with the girl. He met the girl through you. And then the next thing you know, as soon as we're still fresh, because Destiny, remember those receipts, October to December when they were married.
Right.
So you break up with her and you're still kind of hurt about it. And then 2 months later, he's married to her. And then he comes to the job.
Yeah, in the beginning, it's gonna stink. Like I get all that in the beginning.
Right.
At the point that they're married, we done spoke. How many times you gonna keep chopping it up?
Right.
Like I get the emotion of it.
Yeah.
But at this point, you're doing it to you. Get away, stay away until but they're here. And you see this woman, she's here at the trip, and you keep what are you gaining from that? And then when she does say the apology she does give and
it's not good enough.
Rehashing the same stuff and you expecting her to say something different.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing she could say besides I'll divorce him today.
Even if she says what you want her to say, she's still not leaving him.
No, she's not leaving him.
So where are we going?
That's a good point. Men don't like going over and over things.
Yeah, I mean, it's solution based. Where are we going with it?
What do you want out of this? I was like, what do you want? Where's the answer? Where?
We just riding around 285? Is that it?
That's what they doing. Hopefully now they can let all this go, because I actually think the situation with Trish and Ken and Marquez is a bigger fish to fly is over there.
But it's gonna happen. We gotta talk about that. That's the best part of this. That was the best part of this.
All right, let's get into it. Forget them. I'm not gonna give Sunny no props because I don't think she ever was honest about the fact that she was actually friends with Destiny. But enough with that. She pregnant, I believe. Enough.
What is the baby father name? The husband's name?
Moses. Marquez. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That man, he was facing his
worst nightmare.
No, he was facing his fears.
What do you mean?
That man was shaking in his voice,
He
but
was.
talking to this man, and he knew he had to talk to this man.
He did.
And he had to man up and look and have that conversation. He didn't want to, but I saw a man facing, the thing that he facing a fear. Stand up to another man who's bigger than him. He don't know how this is going to go, but I got to get this off my thing. And you're around my daughter, you're around my son, see with my kid. He's doing all these things, and he's shaking. And she's bad.
She's wild.
Oh, this is going to go all wrong, because the last little slick thing she said, I was like, oh, and then he looked up. This is gonna go all bad, y'all.
What was that?
She was like, being me. She said something. I want to remember the exact words, but she's not going to. She said, I'm just being me. I just do what I do. And then he looked up. He was like, well, we got to nip this in the bud, and so we could do. And she's like, very uncertain and very like, I don't know if she's using this brother. I don't know what it is, but
I remember before they went for the break. You remember when she met with him by herself the first time, and she was like, he said, "Are you pay for divorce?" She said, "I'll get Ken to pay for it."
No, but Ken is the yeah.
And I was just like,
and Ken would, but
he will.
But he made a good point. This is on you.
It is.
You gotta pull the trigger. I mean, even Ken was coming in there. Ken was getting irritated at the end. Let me be real clear. But
I mean, and rightfully so.
He was holding it together, and the man was like, I'm gonna be a better, she was like, you are right around the corner. That is a wild scenario to be in. It really is.
I don't understand it. Ken is weird to me. The fact that let me just ask you this. Would you be that long suffering? Would you be that nice with a woman that's still married to somebody else? She living with you, you taking care of her and her kids. What would you do if you were in Ken's position? And now you got to hear that she and Martell might have hooked up, and Marceau. He slid into the DM skirt. Like, Marceau is an asshole.
I hope you don't have a loose woman on your hands, brother. I would hate to think that, but her story keeps changing.
Like Melody said, her story does change all the time.
Working out, and Martell is like a few times, and they were just watching TV show. In my opinion, he hit. It wasn't what he thought he was, and keeping it moving.
You think he really hit? I think because he said he saw her and he didn't like how she looked.
Nah, once she's there, as long as she wasn't something crazy, most dudes are still, because it's there and you don't went through all the motions. He knocked it down. Because at this point, why lie? You lying to cover up what? Everybody, we already got to the point.
That's a good point.
We're at each other's house.
That's a good point.
So now we're here. Why are we still having this funny energy then?
That's a good point. Because y'all, I mean, she has a whole fiance and is still married. So she obviously doesn't have, it's not like she would feel bad about if nothing happened. Why would she feel bad? Because she doesn't even feel bad about the fact that you came on a whole reality show with a whole husband and a fiance. I didn't think about that.
I would hate to.
If that comes out, Lord Jesus, if that comes out,
persistent and keep messy. What's the name out of it? He's a messy dude.
Marceau.
Yeah, you go over there with your DUI. Listen,
that's Maurice. Maurice has the DUI.
Yeah, one of them. But
the brother has the DUI. But Marceau is he is slick at the mouth.
I saw that. Yeah,
he is slick at the mouth, man.
I believe he took it down. I ain't gonna lie.
You believe Martell took Trish down?
I believe he took it down. I don't believe he wanted to revisit the crime.
Who used to say that? I took her down. Stevie J.
Yeah, I think he did. He didn't want to be an habitual offender, so he just did it one time.
Yeah, because I guess as a woman.
But why would she come over twice?
If you get dressed, get in your car.
Let me tell you something. If a woman, and I know what you do, if you spray perfume up your dress, I know you can.
If you got in the shower, got your y'all together.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the bra. I know.
Have y'all seen that meme where the chick is doing a 304 bath at the sink? And she's like, oh, we're gonna go see this dude. And she just hitting the spots that matter. She just scrubbing it.
Hey.
No, but you know, if you talk to somebody online, and I guess you go by for what Bill Bellamy coined as a booty call, you know what it is.
Let me tell you something. Well, I know one spot they ain't hitting, and that's the back of the neck.
Does that stink?
Yes.
Really?
It's the hair.
Oh, it's the weave.
I'm telling you, that's what, and especially to the big spoon. And yes, I be big spoon. I smell the back of the neck. I smell all this back here. So that's
we were talking about that one night, and I told Adrian I was gonna big spoon him, and he was like, no. And then he went to sleep, and he turned over, and I tried, but because he's so much taller than me, I was way down.
That's how it go.
I was way down in the middle of the back, and I was trying to. Yeah, I couldn't big spoon him.
When they big spoon you fellas, you got to turn around on your back real quick. They're going to get you.
I tried it. I was like, I'm gonna be the big spoon. It's like, this doesn't work out too good. Yeah, but that's crazy. I don't know. I'm a little concerned of how this is gonna play out.
I don't want to be around that brother when he get mad and find out. But
I think he's gonna go into a roid rage.
Yeah, they're gonna get into it because he had great energy. He's getting tired. They're wearing them.
You can tell they're wearing it down. They're wearing poor Ken down. But I believe that it's the fault of Trish, because she should have told him that she shouldn't have brought this man on this show with Martell and Marquez. What are all these men's names start with M's?
Look at this. So you look at Ken. There's no disrespect to the brother. Then you look at Martell. Then you look at her husband. Ken should know he's out of place.
He don't.
One of these, but these, you see what I'm saying?
One of these does not belong.
One of these kids is doing his own thing. That right there.
In the box. Yeah, in the box is that one. Is that one. He's doing his own thing.
Down to Ken though, but
yeah, Ken
kids, they play with my kids. I know that hurt that brother. Cause but for someone to tell you or for you to see it, it adds an extra.
He's acting like he's not though. He's acting like he's cool with it. He's not taking it out on her at all.
No, I know, because he already knows her. But do
you think that Trish could possibly have the snapper?
The muscle snap. Yeah, she might.
Cause he's locked in. He ain't going nowhere. She said she'll get him to pay for it. She talking. See, women don't talk slick like that unless they know they got the man under control.
She may have, but if she did, that will be all the more reason for Martell to return or that second visit. Because why would she come to the house 2 times?
Right, and also for Marquez to be crying.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's his wife. I can't do that on that. That's his wife, man.
What do you think happened with Marquez? Because it's just something's not adding up. Because he obviously really cares about her, but where was he at? What happened?
I think he came to Atlanta to get his rap career off the ground. It didn't work, and he went back. That's what I think. That chick he met online in Atlanta didn't pan out quite the way he thought it would, and came on back to Huntsville.
He probably met one of those indie A&R ladies that had all the hookups.
Yeah.
Looking.
You know, but here's the thing: they young, they were high school sweethearts, correct?
Right.
And
But again, in Huntsville, so it's not like it's a big pond to pull from.
You come out here and you seeing all the stuff on television and videos and stuff, and it's not what you think, and then you realize what your kids, and you start to feel a level of guilt.
But I mean, you know that if you do that, there's a consequence to that, right? And he's acting like he don't understand the consequence.
But a lot of dudes, and I hate to say this, but they play on the fact that with women and their kids, they're always going to be open to their baby's father.
Mm-hmm.
He has more of a shot to repeat than anyone else if she has kids with him. And a lot of dudes know that, and they work that. They work that angle, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it may be in some cases, and it might be, but it could change. It'd be some guy that turn their life around, so on and so forth. And that one time you think it ain't like that no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, I know dudes, they tell you in a minute. It was like, I could always hit.
But they don't know that for real.
But because they get that from, maybe she did meet a guy. He came over to visit the kids, and then remember the video I sent you?
Yeah.
My daddy stayed the night.
That was hilarious. That girl. I'll bring that for Wednesday. That video is hilarious. That chick's eyes. She's like, you listening to a toddler. The little boy looked like, did I do something wrong, mommy?
But you see what I'm saying? These are real things that they get. Yeah. That guys get that mentality, because you'll hear she's going out on a date, and an insecure dude be like, I know she's still, and maybe she still got feelings for you, and then instead of letting that woman lead her life, you can go there, and then you play with it. It's a vicious game. Guys definitely do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that Martell needs to get a woman. He needs to get a woman on the show, because at this point he's just the bad guy, the villain, and everybody is. I mean, in order for him to move forward, he's got to get a woman. I don't really know, Chris.
To get a woman?
Huh?
He's got to get a woman.
I mean, he obviously has several. But I just think for the show, because it's weird with Melody and Martell both being single. It's just weird. I just want him to just let. But I told you he brought coleslaw to the Polo Classic.
Yeah, I got that exclusive.
But she ain't gonna be able to come on the show.
Christal was telling y'all, yeah, that's exclusive, y'all.
But she's not gonna be able to be on the show because of Melody.
Right. But even if he wanted, you think she right? That's going to be maybe that might be any woman until she gets a man. So
I wonder if Carlos would give her that much control to where she could say no. She's smart. She's savvy. She may have worked it out like that.
May have. She
definitely is. I don't think the show. Who do you think the show can survive without? Nell and Chris Fletcher, obviously.
The brother, the one brother,
Maurice. No, because his wife Kimmy is important.
Yeah, but we don't need him.
we gotta have a couple. What about?
Oh, what's the name? I'm sorry, the big brother and the other.
They're leaving. Yes, Courtney and Stormy are leaving. But what do you think about Destiny acknowledging that she is? I was wrong, y'all. I didn't think that Destiny was really going to be talking to Nell and Chris's son, but she really is.
That's a real thing?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's really going on now, but Nell mentioned it.
That's weird. That
is wild. And I don't think she should do that, because Nell can be messy. So,
you know what I'm saying?
She don't need to go over there, because they gonna end up. Destiny just needs to find a different man.
But to say on the show. That's real?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they're trying to introduce it as real, because she said that she knew her son was going out with Destiny, but she didn't think he was ready for a relationship.
That's
wild, right? What do y'all think about that?
Yeah, what do y'all? Yeah, that can't.
My eyes is hazy tonight. But what do y'all think about what do y'all think about Destiny actually dating the son of one of the other cast members?
That bad?
And I just say that because it seems like Nell and Chris's family has a lot going on.
They do.
It doesn't seem like that's the family that one would want to. They just probably need some more therapy, you know? Maybe Destiny needs some therapy too.
Man. Yeah,
that's weird.
Because she's and some of it is understandable during that situation. But my thing is you be ending stuff with people and then mad and like I get there's nothing else you're gonna get out this lady.
No, you're right. There's nothing else. But I mean, I just think that I think if Sonny owned all of it, you can't own part of it. Like I said, if the dude at your job, you got to look at him every day when y'all pass the soda machine, you bump into him. He now is married to your ex-girl that you cared about.
Right.
How do you go past it if he never acknowledges, yeah, man? Yeah.
It's like, no doubt it's tough. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to backtrack because I got to mention this about Ken and Ken and sending the flirty text messages while they were still together, homeboy and Trish.
Yes.
Now they kind of like glossed, no, stick to that. Because he was like, yo, you was DMing my wife before that.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You're right. Because I did feel like they lied. I feel like Trish was sleeping with Ken while she was still married to Marquez, because that's why he's so hurt. I forgot about that. He did say that because there's no, and then she's like, we were just friends then. Man, you don't have friends because you done slept with Martel. No, man.
Hurt by it. He seen and he saw the timeline, and the guy was like, "That's just
about that." He said he was putting hearts under her pictures.
Yeah,
and they were working out together. And people have a work husband or a work wife, and or a gym husband or a gym wife. So I definitely believe they were messing around before, because Trish is not a good liar.
That's where some of the hurt comes from.
Yeah, but see that would I would get on Melody's page and just get over it.
And he admitted it, but he tried to gloss over like it was nothing. We didn't do anything.
Yeah, he said they were just friends then. Ken, sir, no. Trish, I don't trust Mo. I wouldn't trust you with Trish. Trish be done turned you out.
I might let her. What up, Trish? Her hands look a little big though, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, they are definitely strong. They're definitely strong. You will definitely be little spoon in that night. You will definitely be the little spoon in that sandwich.
Damn, I forgot about that.
I did too. I'm so glad you brought that up, because I was like, wait a minute. I smell a rat. So Marquez is not lying.
Ken's hands not clean neither.
Big hands are not clean. But see, when you sleep with somebody's wife, you got to know that karma. You know that she's okay with sleeping with somebody when she's got a man.
That's a fact.
So he should not have been surprised by Martel.
Well, that's the thing, because he's like, yo, I thought I was the only, because she'll sell it to you like, nah, you're just the only, I don't do stuff like this.
She's selling it to him. I did think it was I said this the other night. I thought it was very strange that Nell kept talking about how fine Martel was.
Yeah, she was like, now he is fine now.
He's eye candy. I was like, lady.
Yeah, like, whoa, hey, put a little extra on it. Like,
that's somebody's ex-husband, and you got a whole husband, ma'am.
Yeah, we heard you the first time. You ain't got
like you had, and then like that's what I think Melody get irritated by. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, because her voice go up.
Yeah, like if my good friend's husband cheated on her and they divorced, I would not be sitting next to her talking about how fine he was. Like, where did he do that at?
On this show.
on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Love and Marriage Huntsville. And that's what I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that the Bell Collective and any other shows, like I hope that everyone's formula does not become to break the marital breakdown.
Yeah,
that's what I hate seeing.
Great point. You're right.
Now, I would not be upset if Ken and Trish broke up, because I don't think that makes any sense. I'm waiting on Sonny and Moses, because you cannot. How you get them?
But do you think? I mean, in some of these cases, there's obviously situations prior to cameras and just
yeah.
But when you look at, like, I remember the first season of the Housewives, and then it was Eric Snow, his wife.
Yeah.
It in my mind, it goes, if they weren't ever on this reality show, but obviously there's issues there, cheating.
It probably just magnifies it, right? So then it becomes bigger than when I went to Jackson to the Bell Collective premiere.
Yeah.
All the ladies said that their men's DMs are like blown up. You know what I mean? So women are trying, and that takes a lot of nerve, but I know that's how the world is today. To get in somebody's husband's DM and try to get, like, that's wild. But that's what it is. So
where it backfires, and I sent you the thing, like I want a man, and they talk it, because now they don't have to talk. It's shown on there what your man does for you in lifestyle. And women think that it's not women, because it might be the other way, but we see it, and it's like they want that. When you show or talk about your man doing all these nice and beautiful things.
But see, and then women always look at that woman like, I look better than her.
You're selling.
I can get her, but see, I don't think that, because I, like, people say, like, you shouldn't let people know that you're married. I'm not.
No, not the married part, but you shouldn't be constantly bragging to other women about all the things that he's doing.
If you're bragging, for case in point, Shantae's got a man at home and he's so good to me. Like, we see what happened with that. That was a bad idea. That is the biggest example of there, but for the grace of God.
He does this for me. She's like, oh, what did you say, that Chris Rock thing?
Oh yeah, when a woman sees another woman being treated right, she says, she doesn't say, I want a man like that. She says, I want that man. If a man sees a woman, being nice to another man, he'll say, I need a woman like that. The woman will say, I need that man. Yeah, that's very true. But what women need to know is that what a man does for one woman doesn't mean that he would do that for another woman. Like
that part.
It's just what that woman brings out of that man.
But she don't know that. She want to find out the hard way.
She want to find out. She want to find out. She wants to find out. But I just think that, Jackie taught me, if you can get them, you can have them. I can't, you cannot waste your time thinking like, oh, I can't be honest. Like, somebody told me, don't tag your husband, so you don't want women knowing who he is. And I do understand that vagina runs faster than penis.
Interesting. Good.
Vagina can always catch penis. Penis is slow. It trips.
You know why? Because the balls are in the way. That's the real shit. If they wasn't in the way, I'm playing. I'm just going.
I can't refute it. I can't refute it. But no, it falls, it trips, it slows down, it gets caught every time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't be worried about that. I cannot live my life in fear. If the man loves you, he loves you. If he don't, he don't. And if he don't, it's gonna hurt, but you just gotta know it.
I can't even say that.
No. I'm just saying that's just how you have to look at it. I don't think you should walk around in fear.
Oh, absolutely.
Knowing who your husband is.
Either way, if you got a beautiful woman, she's shapely and she got season tickets to or whatever, she go out with her girlfriends and girls trips. It's just like, hey, what are you going to do, man?
What are you going to do? Because really, people don't have to leave the country. They could just go to the store. That's usually when the hitting on happens. People go work who they are around with their way. It's just a lot. But, God bless Love and Marriage Huntsville. Carlos is just, now we keep hearing the reunion is going to be crazy. We may need to do a special party
I'm with it.
Do that. We should get together. Either I will come there or you can come here. We'll have some drinks and we'll do like a watch live.
I like it.
Let's do it. Because that reunion is gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
When is it?
I don't know yet. I'll find out and we'll report back.
Let's do it. Yeah. I like it.
All right. Well, you know what? Before we get out of here, I have one more question for you. So we were talking earlier. You sent me that meme with Neo.
Hey, I respect it. It's not my lifestyle, but what could you do, man? Good. Explain to the folks. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Neo did an interview recently, and we know that the backstory is Neo just came out of a marriage and he was caught cheating with prostitutes and numerous people. And so now he is in a thruple with 2 women. I think they just added a third.
Mm-hmm.
And so he did an interview recently that just went viral yesterday and today. And he basically said that he understands now, after all this time, that he is just not monogamous. That's not the lifestyle for him. It's not how he was made. He said everything ain't for everybody, and that's not for him. And now that he can admit that and live in his truth, a weight has been lifted. Now, my question is there additional truths that will be coming out? Does it stop with women?
Damn, man, that's kind of heavy, man.
I'm just saying, I mean, that has been the rumor. That has been the gossip mongers have suggested that perhaps he is,
I would say
a fluid person.
That one earring in that interview was throwing me off.
It was dangling down. It's almost like he will not get rid of the dangling earring. And I think if you admit, okay, I'm not into monogamy, then I think the next step you could say, I also am, as Wayne Brady said, pansexual or bisexual or fluid or whatever, binary, non-binary, whatever.
At this point, once he said that, if you were the other thing, you got to say the other thing.
I don't know. I mean, and I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying that that's what the conversation has been.
Yeah.
And I wonder, and if you could look at how he struggled to keep, to pretend, like, who marries a person? He was engaged to one lady, married another, had 4 children total, and then had some additional babies with another chick.
But he says something about, like, that lie is really, it's not even for me, it's for the other people. Like, and I just thought that was deep. And it was like, I'm sitting up here hiding stuff to make other people happy, and I'm not.
But no, it's not to make other people happy. That's what, and I talked to a guy about this today. I was like, if you tell a woman your truth and she does not want to deal with you, that does not mean she can't handle the truth. That just means she doesn't want to live that lifestyle.
But he can't. But what I'm saying is that's what he thought he was doing.
No, he was lying to these women, telling them that he could do something because he wanted them. He should have said, I can't be what you want me to be. You're saying I'm just lying to make them happy. No, you could have left them alone. You pursued those women.
No, this is 1,000% truth. But maybe at that time he didn't know how to live his truth.
Well, you can't blame them.
You can't. That's
fair. You got to take it. That's on you, Playboy. That is you.
That's
you
fair.
Decided. You proposed. You popped the question. You got her pregnant. You did that.
That's fair.
And then when you get yourself in that situation, now you got to say, I have to lie to make her happy. No, you could have left her where she was.
I think a lot of us grow up being programmed to this is how you do things, whether it's that, whether it's your sexuality, and people try to take those stages. And
I agree, but that also is like self-development, and you cannot blame another person for your own inability to make peace with yourself.
At the end of the day, that's 1,000% right. You're right.
So, Neo, ain't nobody crying for you. You're not a victim. Run along with your 3 women and your 4 women, and I hope it works out. Like, I mean, I do appreciate him being honest, but look how many people had to get hurt.
You brought other lives on
several other lives, and had one woman tie her tubes.
Let me tell you something, man. There's no sympathy for winners, as 50 Cent says. You're rich and you got problems, but you're still rich. No one cares.
Well, I mean, God bless him. I do think that maybe him coming out will allow others in his community to come out, like other men that have an issue with being monogamous will stop lying. Just live your truth and find women that want to live that truth also.
Absolutely.
Equally yoke yourselves with someone that's into what you like.
You know, I think some are faking it, just the lifestyle being that light for me, you know.
How does that look at 65?
I don't know, depending on how young the women are.
Jesus Christ. All right, y'all. Well, I'm about to pass out. It has been a long day. It has been a long week, but this has been fun.
Yes. Yes.
You guys, let us know again in the chat if you're watching this on the replay. Would you get married at first sight? And if so, would you consummate the marriage that night? Now, I would say I would not get married at first sight, but if I did get married at first sight, I think I would want to jump in, but I wouldn't do it. But if I did, I mean,
yeah, thank you for being up. Thank you.
You got to do what married people do.
I'm doing when I'm being married. We going to do it.
We know. Pajama Mo. Pajama Mo. All right. Well, we are looking forward to the holiday pajamas from all of you guys. We will do that on the channel. If you have holiday pajama pictures, we'll do this after Thanksgiving. We will post them. If you can send them in to us, we will post them.
Here the day before Thanksgiving and the Friday of. What are we doing?
I don't know. Let's figure that out. Yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll be back on Wednesday. Yeah. And the topic, wait a minute. The topic for Wednesday is sexual turnoffs.
This ought to be good, yeah.
Yes. And
I'll be out of town, but I will be on the show. I'll be Philadelphia, right outside Philadelphia.
Nice. Here. And I think I have a guest. I think we have a guest. I have to make sure I go over the subject matter. But yeah, I just think we should just dive in. Just like, what are people, because a lot of times you ask people, what do they rate themselves sexually? And they will say 10. And we just need to make sure that that's what's happening.
If you're over 40, you're lying. You're lying.
This is true. All right, you guys, tune in on Wednesday. I will be back on Monday with Pop Culture Power, talking about all this stuff and more. And we, of course, will be back on Wednesday for Dating Diaries. We love you guys for watching. Again, celebrating Black Entrepreneurs Day. If you are inspired, I look forward to hearing from you. And like I said, we're going to be celebrating in 2025. We are moving into the future and we are taking all of our family with us. And so if you're doing a business, we would love to highlight you on the show. So make sure that you guys get ready to send your pitches in for that. So we can all celebrate and we can, we can patronize each other's businesses.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. We love you guys for watching. Have a great weekend. And make sure that you watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. Catch up on Married at First Sight if you can. Yeah, we'll talk more. Because we got to get to the bottom of this David and Michelle thing next Friday. So we'll talk more about that and Love and Marriage Huntsville. Maybe a little Bell Collective. You guys know how we do. We mix it all up in a gumbo.
Go.
Talk about it all. And have a great weekend. Be safe. Love you guys.
Safe week. All right.